So, consistency project, week 6, we've talked about that stable foot, like when the foot's on the floor rather than letting that arch collapse, actually engaging. Right? We've talked about working with that when walking and exercising and moving. We then added in getting that hip to lock in place. That quite often the cue that coaches, PTs, group fitness instructors might give you is squeezing the bum or pushing the knees out, and what they're doing there is, whether they realise it or not, is trying to get your hip to do what it should do. So rather than focusing on the outcome of that, if we focus on the product of that, we get the outcome. In other words, if we focus on stabilising our hip at the top of the standing up position, your bum will be tight. As you're squatting down, the knees will go where they should go. You don't actually want to focus on the arse of the knees, you want to focus on the feet and the hips. So now what we're going to do is combine this into the squatting motion or getting in and out of a chair. Easiest way in the world to do this is you stand up with your chair behind you. You know your foot position. You want to go about shoulder width apart, ideally toes straight ahead. We're going to grip into the floor to engage arch. Now this might not be your perfect squatting position, but this can be our practice position for this drill. So we're engaging the feet, we feel that arch engage. We should start to feel the calves engaging when we do that. We then think about that screwing motion, right? That motion in the hip, and when we do it, we should feel like we're opening the hip up at the joint when it comes into the leg. Now we feel tension forming in the bum. Now rather than focusing on the bum tension, if we focus on keeping that hip open as we sit on and down into that chair, you will feel, if you keep your feet stable and your hips stable, the tension move to different muscles in your leg. And that's what we're working on. You want to practice this so that when you're getting in and out of chairs, or when you're squatting and exercising or getting on and off the toilet, that your feet and your hips are stable. So if you exercise, throw these into your warm-ups. If you're squatting, try and do that with the movement when you come around to the squat. If you don't currently exercise, take a few minutes each day to practice this and see about, because when we get the foot and the hip stable, all of a sudden a lot of good things happen for our knees. Enjoy.